Alrighty, welcome everybody to the Higher Perspective, episode 2. It's your girl, Kenzie Simmons, your host, and I'm so excited to have you here with me. If you're new, welcome to the Higher Perspective, where we puff and discuss whatever the fuck I want to. To be quite frank, it's just whatever I'm feeling drawn to discuss, that's what we tackle. So this episode 2, we are going to be touching on a little bit of men versus women, I guess, is a good way to put it, because everywhere I look on social media these days, y'all are just tearing each other up, honey. I'll be scrolling on Facebook like men hate the women and, they don't know how to submit and no one knows how to cook and do laundry no more. And then we got the women talk about how the men ain't shit and they don't know how to provide and they don't make no money no more anyways. And I'm just like sitting back watching the fucking flames burn. I'm like, I need to try to put some water on this fire, and put some of this mess out, honey, because we all need each other. There are roles that the masculine energy plays and there are roles that the feminine energy plays. And ain't nothing gonna be right until there's a balance of both. And that's within ourselves and within our relationships, honey. Don't get it twisted. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be discussing today. I didn't really even want to go there, but I keep just having things to fucking say and I'm just gonna get it out. So that's where we're headed today. If you are interested and you want to hear what the fuck I gotta say, then just keep on listening. If you're listening over on YouTube, then hey, yes, we are on YouTube. If you're more of a visual motherfucker, like I'm totally a visual person, I like to watch. So if you are interested in that, head on over to YouTube and you can just search me up, The Higher Perspective. And you can find us there. Otherwise, if you're on any other streaming podcast platform, hello, how you doing? I'm so grateful for you too. And yeah, just thank you for your time and attention today. So, without further ado, let me get a little sippy sip here. Ice Mountain, fresh spring water. All right. So yes, we're gonna puff, and I already have a cone over here, rocked and rolled. I don't know if you guys can hear that paper, a little ASMR action. Yes, I got a pre-roll, so this is a paper. This is a high hemp cone. These are my favorite. These are my absolute fucking favorites. I used to smoke raws. I went tobacco free actually about 3 years ago. If I have to smoke a stick, like an actual Swisher or a Dutch or something, heaven forbid a backwood, like I will, but if I'm buying and I'm smoking my own shit, it's gonna be through a paper, a hemp wrap, or a glass vase, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm 27 years old. I'm in a legal state, so I'm not breaking any laws or anything like that, but I do love plant medicine. It saved my life, and so yes, that's where we are. And if you smoke papers and you're sick of raws, because I don't know if y'all have heard, there is apparently like toxins or metals or some kind of bullshit up in raw papers, which I already had transitioned to my high hemps at that point because I love them. They burn slower, they burn more even. So I already had dropped my girl raw, but if you're looking for an alternative, or if you're interested in going, tobacco free, check out High Hemps. They have hemp wraps that smoke just like a blunt, and it's a great tobacco-free alternative. This is not sponsored by High Hemp Wraps, although it sounds like this is a High Hemp sponsorship. It's not. I just genuinely love them. So that's what I will be smoking on. I have a little even, roach clip, so that my hands don't get like stinky and that I don't burn my nails when we get down to the end, even though I'm not smoking all of this. But yeah, roach clip. I'm such a bougie little smoker. I can't help it. Your girl's a little bougie, okay? Don't come for me. Don't come for me. But if you are also a person who partakes in the ganja babe, my sweet ganja babe. That's an actual song. You should look that up. It's called Ganja Babe. But yeah, let's go ahead and light up. Let's puff and let's discuss. Let's get into it. Let me clip my mic on while I smoke. Okay, I hope that sounds okay on the mic end. It's just temporary while I indulge. Up, up, and away we go. Oh my gosh, it smells phenomenal. It's really earthy. I wish I knew what strain this was, but y'all know my flower comes from the streets. Okay, I'll buy cartridges and edibles and other little treats from the dispense, but yeah, no, my flower's gonna come from my guy. You know what I'm saying? There we have it. So, yes, honey, we gotta get into it today because y'all been fighting. Straight up, y'all have been fighting on Facebook and even a little bit on TikTok. Like, I don't know when it became the common ideology that women don't need men and men don't need women. Like, we need each other, okay? And I am gonna speak kind of generally as far as he, she, man, woman, but really it all is going to apply no matter if you're non-binary or you're queer or you're just not in a heteronormative relationship. No fear, because your girl's queer. Ooh, that is right. We got bars already. But yeah, I am queer. My socials, if you want to follow me, are Queerandcosmic, and that's on Instagram and TikTok. So feel free to follow me there if you want to check out my personal account. Yeah, but I am queer. I'm pansexual. So if you don't know what pansexual means, it basically means I like people, not parts. So I'm open to man or woman, a non-binary or trans person. Like I completely am more interested in like the connection and your character and, you know, all the other actual important shit. The parts can be swapped out. It's interchangeable for me. So I understand that not everybody follows a heteronormative relationship and that I'm really speaking more to the masculine and feminine energies that are within all of us. Every single one of us has a balance of masculine and feminine energy. Some more masculine and some, you know, less than others. It's all an individual scale that kind of varies person to person, which is where you get androgyny and which is where you get trans people, that someone may be born in the body of a man, but their energy is heavily feminine. So they feel uncomfortable in their body until that aligns with how they feel on an energetic level. So I'm gonna try to speak generally into energies, but if I do happen to slip and say, you know, he, she, man, woman, y'all know what I mean, okay? Just follow with me here, okay? Because I saw this prompt. We're gonna start with this prompt I saw on TikTok, which says, Bro, I pay half her bills and she still won't submit to me. I'm gonna let y'all just kind of sit with that for a moment. Bro, I pay half her bills and she still won't submit to me. First of all, half? And then the second part was women don't want a roommate. That's the fact. Women do not want a roommate, nor do they want to be your mother. That's something that I think is like commonly mistaken, because the traditional gender roles have been taught to us in America that the woman cooks, the woman cleans, the woman raises the children. The woman is supposed to stay beautiful and just can't wait to suck her husband's fucking dick, and just basically to be very obedient, to be very submissive to the man. The man's job traditionally is to make the money, to be the provider, right? The financial stability. And so with that conditioning, we already have a problem. We've already got a problem because the world has changed how fucking much since those traditional gender roles were really valued and held in like a really high regards. Like my grandparents' generation, it was very much the woman, that was what's expected of you. Women didn't go out and work. Women didn't have the opportunity really to do so. Let alone the desire, because it just wasn't expected of them. As times have changed, women are wanting more out of life, not only because, pick my microphone back up, not only because it's available to us now as it wasn't before, but because, I mean, I hate to say it, but the men aren't, they're not providing like they used to. And I don't mean that with all of the weight on the man. What I will say is this. What I will say is this. We live in a patriarchy. If you don't know what that word is, if you literally do not know what that word is, pause the podcast, Google it, and come back. Okay? So you understand what I'm about to say. We live in a society that was built by white men for white men. We live in the system built for rich men by rich men. Okay? The system does cater to men when it comes to financial and career opportunities. Right? Men are literally paid higher to this date still. Men are paid more. Women are paid less per dollar in the United States, as it always has been throughout the entire history of this fucking nation. So, yeah, it actually makes sense from a logical perspective, gender roles and gender norms aside, for men to be expected to provide in a relationship. It's one of the things that they can really offer, because statistically and systemically, the system is set up for them to do so. So that should be something that you are bringing to the table as an attribute or value in a relationship. I can understand how we got there. Growing up, there were some houses that I was born in 1995. Okay, so I'm 27. So I grew up in a 2-parent income household. Like my mom went to school and worked, and then my dad always had worked. But there were some households that still only had a single income. Very, very few. It was already beginning to be phased out by the mid-90s. Okay, it's 2023 now. We're 27 years past that point. We've had so much change in our society, in our economy, in politics, in taxes, in wages, in inflation. I mean, everything has changed, right? So the same old shit ain't cutting it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, women have to, it's not even like women should stay home and work. Women can't afford to. Like, it's taking two incomes anymore to make it in a household, let alone if you have kids and extra things like that. So with that being said, the fact that women now make their own money, when men come to the relationship with the expectation that, okay, well, I make a lot of money, so that's it. You my bitch now. Cook my food, do my laundry, you know, da 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 da. It don't really hit the same, you know, because we're already doing that, a lot of us, for ourselves. Like, there's so many women out there that support themselves independently. Okay? So you have to be able to offer something more than just your pocketbook. And so many times, like, I get it, it's like men are so run by their ego. They want to be that provider. They want to feel like they're, you know what I mean? They're the man. They're doing the thing. They're providing that financial stability for their family or for their girl. But like, what else is there to offer? And that's where I think a lot of it stops, is they think that's enough. And that they don't have to actually be a decent human being. They don't have to like heal and go on the journey. And I'm not saying this is exclusively applicable to men, but as someone who has dated both men and women, the lack of emotional intelligence and maturity is astounding. I mean, astounding. Like, I'm not gonna really go into that. That can be a different episode. But what I'm saying is, a lot of women, I think, feel the same. It's like we're wanting a fuller package now. And especially if you're wanting a woman to submit to you as a man, you need to lead. We're not just gonna get down on our knees and start. It doesn't really make sense for you to expect a woman to submit to you without showing her first, I can lead. What other characteristics and value do you have to offer outside of your penis and your pocketbook? Sir, let me know. If you can't list 3 things right now, then it's time for you to actually like do the fucking work on yourself. I know it's not manly, I know it doesn't sound like, I'm just letting you know, if you want to find an actual good woman and keep her, you need to be able to stimulate her mind. Okay? Compliment her soul. See her ethereal spirit, okay? And appreciate how it makes you feel whole. That's actually from one of my poems I wrote called Pretty Girl Like Me. It just kind of fit in there. I don't know, I might edit that out. But yeah, moral of the story I'm just trying to say is, you know, to look at it from the other perspective and understand that, yeah, we just don't want to be, you know, your mama, really. If you are a fully functioning adult and you can keep your own household clean, if you can do your own laundry and, you know, wash your own dishes, like, yeah, not your mama, okay? Like, it's dual effort. We're both adults here. That's something that I feel like it's so fucked up in relationships. Even though I've been the girl that cleaned the house, did the grocery shopping, you know, he just gave me the card and I went and took care of shit around the house. And maintaining a household is like work. It is. And I didn't mind it because I was being taken care of financially. But that did not really end so well for me because I was in a vulnerable place where I had just finished school. I had not set up this new career yet. I hadn't secured a new job or position in order to support myself. So for the first time since I was like, I don't even know, I've been working since I was 15, 16. it ended up throwing me into a spiral. Yeah, that's a whole story in and of itself. I basically had to start from ground zero, like moving with my grandparents, and was basically homeless for a couple weeks until an opportunity came. But it's situations like that where women don't want to trust you to lead them, and then you lead them into a brick wall, because it was not handled in the appropriate way. I was definitely very mistreated, borderline like traumatized from how I was treated during that breakup. It was kind of like scary because I felt like I never had seen this person ever before. Like I had been with him for almost 3 years at that point, living with him for 2. And it wasn't until you see someone who doesn't feel like they need you anymore, you really see their true fucking colors, and it's terrifying. So why would we want to put ourselves in that situation? Like, a lot of us want to actually have our own careers. We want to have our own money and own opportunities. We just want more out of life than being so-and-so's wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dogging stay-at-home moms. I know being a mom is literally the hardest thing probably in the world. That's the reason I have intentionally not had children yet. I don't want the responsibility. I'm selfish. I really don't want to, I don't want to sacrifice what it takes to raise a child, at least to do it the right way. And as someone who's adopted, I just understand the weight of that life. That's a life that you're bringing into this world, and you are responsible for feeding and sheltering and loving and raising. And it's expansive as fuck, even outside of all the, emotional and mental hardships and physical exhaustion that you go through. And yeah, I'm not there. And there's not a partner or a person in my life that I feel like would really be of value, like to bring into my life in such an intimate way, to raise a child. And that's a for life situation, or at least it should be. Whether you are romantically involved with your other the other parent of your child, you should be able to put it aside for the well-being of that child. And yeah, that doesn't always happen, does it? But like, women need the intellectual and emotional aspects really to feel fulfilled and stimulated, like in a relationship. At least that's just me. Shit, maybe it's just me. I don't fucking know. But I feel like there's a lot of other intelligent, independent women that out there like myself that have career goals, but would also, they're open to being soft and submissive for the right individual. But you have to show that and prove that, over time with your actions, with consistency, and show that you are going to show up for yourself, for the relationship. Because then naturally, she gonna want to fold your dirty undies. She's gonna want to have a hot plate of food coming ready for you when you come home, or at least a takeout. Shit, if she don't cook, she'll have some food there. Something, she'll have you a couple blunts rolled, for after work. She'll kick it with you in the room while you gaming. She'll do little things that she doesn't really want to do, but she'll do them to appease you and to love you. That's what women do. We nurture. That's the feminine energy. The feminine energy is soft. It's nurturing. It's comforting. It literally brings life into this world. It's creation. It's magic. Okay, but y'all not finna get it if you doing the bare fucking minimum. That's just how it is, point blank, period. I feel like with men, it's so superficial. Like, it's like, okay, if I have like big muscles and like big bank, then like you like me, right? And it's just like so like 2-dimensional. That's the disconnect, because guys like low-key be doing stuff for guys. Like all the cars, all the muscles, all the, like, I feel like guys even get girls for guys, like to impress other men. Because y'all love to talk about how, you know, you don't want no hoes that do OnlyFans or show or shake their ass on social media. But sure enough, on your Instagram, 90% of them bitches is Instagram hoes. Ass and titties all out. I mean, doing the most. So make up your mind. It's a little confusing because like looks do fade. And that's what I mean also by like, do men even like women anymore? Looks do fade. Like gravity takes its toll. The tatas are, they're not going to be perky in forever. Oh, it's just weird. It's a little strange. And I don't know, as a woman who loves other women, other specifically women's bodies, I mean, I like a mature woman's body. Like I'm not dogging on fake titties or fake ass. Makes you happy, boo, do you, to be fucking honest. But I'm just saying, as a woman who loves other women, I would something sexy, filled out, full figure, mature, like, yes. This is going so off fucking kilter. This is gonna have to be edited out. This is so off fucking kilter. I don't know what to tell y'all. Other than get it together and look in the mirror. We're all worried about what the fuck he doing, she doing, whatever they doing. We really need to be worried about what the fuck we're doing. Okay? Because women, if we are not also doing the work to heal that hyper independence, heal our insecurities, to heal our past trauma wounds from relationships or just life in general, it's going to carry over into our relationships, and it's going to carry over into how we love ourselves and how we love others and how we perceive society and the world. So it's important to make sure we're also looking at the man in the mirror. Like MJ said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Hey, I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make a world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Make that change. I think a lot of it is just not recognizing the strengths in the other party and not realizing, like, lowering our egos, both women and men, and realizing that, you know what, we do need each other, like, at the end of the day. And if we each took acknowledgement and accountability for our own fuck ups, then we could probably meet in the middle with a mature and honest conversation with our partners about what the issues are, what needs are not being met, you know, and allowing ourselves the room to actually grow and learn from it and do better. And until that happens, it's just going to continue to be a bunch of fucking bullshit. And it's just getting so out of pocket now. Like, I'm saying, for real. All I see is like men dogging on women's bodies. Oh, that's why, yo. Insert misogynistic slur here. And I'm like, damn. Like, damn. I just be reading some of this rude ass shit. And I mean, women do it too, but the thing is, like, our shit be true. Our shit be true. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I don't know. I just think there needs to be a coming to the middle, a come to Jesus meeting at some point, and just talk it out. But it's never gonna work unless you're honest with yourself about what you need, what you need to improve on personally. And make sure that you are creating space for your partner, because the moment you don't, that shit going just like that. Just like motherfucking that. As a pansexual person, I just feel like I never get the depth of connection with cis straight men. It's like really hard, and I'm wondering and contemplating that part of it now could very well be just because men are, you know, trained to be stoic, to be very harsh and you know, strong and solid, and to be that foundation, you know, for their partner, and or just like to be the man of the house, you know. Like a lot of times there's younger boys who get thrown into the man of the house role, and that's because that house full of feminine energy needs that strong masculine foundation to really lead them and to support them and to provide for them. So I think when you're in that position and you're taught, you're conditioned to not show emotion because emotion is the equivalent to weakness, or to being a fucking pussy, or, you know, whatever. It always has a negative connotation associated with men showing emotions, or men specifically crying. You know, I can see why it may be a little hard for y'all to open up and to show us that there is more emotionally, mentally, spiritually to you. There's more depth than just what you can give us in this third dimension, like in this reality. We live a lot more in our brains, I feel like, and we need that stimulation. And that's another reason why I really enjoy dating women and androgynous people, because there's depth, there's substance, and it's so authentic. And it's just, when you have that emotional and mental connection, it only heightens the physical, it only heightens like everything else. And like that's I think a reason, like, you know, U-Haul lesbians, they always say like move in super quick or move super fast, is because yeah, they're connecting on a level that supersedes, I think, what most men even could fathom, to be completely frank. And so it's complicated, and every person, of course, this is just my opinion, every person has their own needs and things that are more or less important to them. Like for men, I know a lot of it is physical, like very like animalistic, like lower level of human, you know, capacity. I feel like it's like a pretty animalistic urge, like, you know, everywhere in nature that's happening. So as humans that have the gift, the blessing and the curse of having a higher consciousness, I think it's important that we do something with it, that we try to put as much good back into the world as we can, because we do a lot of harm. As humans, we do a lot of harm to the planet, we do a lot of harm to ourselves. And you know, I've really been making this correlation recently. A lot of people have been saying that dolphins are like sadistic. I don't know if you know this or not, but dolphins are notorious for having kind of erratic behavior in the water. They're known for puffing on, I don't know if it's another fish or if it's like a certain plant or like reef, coral, something in the water that either grows or lives like at the bottom of the ocean. They eat it or snorf it or whatever, and it gets them high. They have, I believe, as I understand, they have one of the higher consciousnesses of animals in the ocean. So much like humans on Earth, they are one of the more conscious in water. And they, they are one of the few species that does things like gets high. They're one of the few species that I believe procreates for pleasure instead of just procreation. I believe there's some weird stories. And you can Google this. You can search like scary dolphin stories or like weird dolphin stories, and you'll see like they're known to just do very strange and kind of dark behavior, like torture things. And yeah, I think it's really interesting. I feel like if people would apply their behavior to us as humans in our society, they'd see quite a few correlations. I mean, let's just be fucking real here. Gets high for fun, puff stuff, hey, we're puffing and discussing as we speak. It's normalized to drink poison on a regular basis to take the edge off and to alter our state of mind. Like, we have so many mind-altering substances, from cigarettes, nicotine, cannabis, alcohol, not to mention all the other intravenous substances. We do all of these, and we most definitely procreate for pleasure outside of, or we most definitely have sex for pleasure outside of for procreation. There's serial killers and strange, weird people and disorders and all types of things that happen that cause a lot of evil and darkness to exist on this planet. What There's not much of a difference here. Like, it's kind of crazy when you look at it from the outside perspective looking in, and it's like, ooh, yeah, we kind of fucked up. Like, we do all of that and more, and we fucking are destroying the planet, and we hate others based off of, there's so much hatred and ignorance spread around the world, specifically in the United States, related to, politics and religion and race and, oh, heaven forbid, sexuality. And, it's just crazy how far we've taken it when you really look at it. Now we've got men hating women and women hating men. And we've got government banning drag shows who were then later exposed for dressing in drag in their youth. When we have an all-time high of mass shootings in schools, shouldn't we be focused on more important things? I mean, y'all know the type of corruption and bullshit that goes on, and I'm not going to get into all of it right now, but I really am just disappointed to see some of the regression politically, and that's all I'm gonna fucking say. I don't like to talk politics on here. I may even cut that part out because I really don't want to go there, but it just kind of all flowed into it, and I was just feeling very passionate. The point of the matter is just to say, like, let's look at ourselves. We always do things and point the finger, and there's always an excuse or a reason why XYZ, and it's just like, let's focus on ourselves. Let's focus on the person in the mirror. Let's focus on our own self-development and growth and healing. Let's address our traumas, our triggers with professional, help and assistance. And let's just do better. And let's learn to love one another, and let's just drop all the fucking bullshit. If we could all just drop our egos down a few notches, this world would trans fucking form for the better. So yeah, just have an open mind when you're having discussions. Open your heart, open your mind, and close your fucking mouth sometimes. I think that's it. I've been thinking about, I have just bought some Oreos, and I've been thinking about the Oreos for the last like 10 minutes. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to fuck these Oreos up. I'm about to fuck these Oreos up. The munchies have officially smacked my ass. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Kind of you know, these chats are just gonna kind of go wherever they take me. So I feel like that was a pretty good, yeah, it's 49 minutes. It's definitely a pretty good amount of time. So I just want to thank you guys for listening. If you're still here, like, holy fucking shit, you are a badass. You really stayed the whole time. Okay, I see you. I totally fucking see you. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at Queerandcosmic. Shoot me a message. Let me know you listen to my podcast and let me know what you think. Anything you liked, anything you disliked. Keep it cute, please. Because Miss Betty Block, honey, her and I are BFFs and I'll block your ass real quick. Don't come for me unless I send for you, okay? Don't do it. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate you if you're still here. That means the absolute fucking world to me. And yeah, make sure I don't know if you're on Spotify, if you can follow me. I don't really know how all this works yet. It's only my second episode. But yeah, you can always find me on socials, on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Queerandcosmic. I will see you guys next time. Bye.